Used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money.
Guy found her. I don't know, but me walking in and finding my daughter and finding him, just something that a parent should never bear.
One thing about it, though, what guys have to understand, women, if you're watching too, you have to understand this. When your soul's for sale for materialistic things and money, you wouldn't even think any of this would happen to you. So people will overlook the little details. And it's just not here with Mercedes Morr that this happened to. This happens with guys on the street all the time where they can't even realize their enemies or understand the nature of their enemies. So when it comes to girls like Mercedes Morr, when the more money that they make, the bigger the ego go. The bigger the ego go, the more narcissism they become. When a person becomes a narcissist, they think they know everything and they're typically blind. But you have to understand that these type of women that do this type of stuff, in a lot of cases, they are aware that they're putting themselves through the dangers, because Mercedes Morr was on Backpage before Backpage got shut down, and she's known as a professional prostitute. That's just what she's known for. So in these situations, it tends to happen with these girls. It's sad, but this is a common thing because they're willing to put their life on the line because their soul's for sale for the money. With her coming from both parents, that's the thing that has to hurt a parent. Like if you're a parent and you've been raising your child, and this is a beautiful girl, and you've been raising your child and they still grow up to be somebody that sells their soul for money, that's got to be sad. And we got another video we're going to be watching later about that. Let's get back to this.
She's very cautious about her surroundings. Unfortunately, someone basically was stalking and killed my baby.
Police say Kevin Accordo lived in Florida and did not know Janae. His only criminal record, traffic violations.
He was out of town. Out of town. He drove all the way to Houston. He drove all the way to Texas from Florida. Simp. What would drive a man? Like, what would drive a man that crazy to want to travel over all the way to that city and kill her? What happened? Keep that in your mind. What happened? What made him do that? Let's get back to it.
It does hurt as a parent to know you're bearing your child before, you pass away.
Feeling as a father that you can't protect your daughter and something happens like this?
Janae was just a light, to be honest, and not just outside of the home, but she was very protective of me, protective of her dad, and she just was always the sweetest thing.
All these girls are always sweet. It's like when someone dies, people only talk about the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they only mention the good stuff about a person. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know if she fought. We don't know if she was hooded out like that. She did have a lot of tattoos. And at the same time, she came from a background with a mother and a father. I'm going to say that. What makes her live with both parents and want to do that? Because mommy is using daddy. Daddy's not an alpha male. I've said in my videos plenty of times, a beta male father is worse than a woman not having a father at all. She's almost guaranteed to fail if there's no masculinity there to guide her. That's what you're seeing happen here.
An Instagram model with
Hold on, where we at? Here we go.
more than 2 million followers is found murdered in Richmond.
And tonight, police say they don't know, or don't rather have a motive, but the suspect is dead too. Our Grace White is following the case.
Her name was Miss Mercedes Morr. At least that's what she goes by on Instagram, where she has more than 2 million followers. Her real name, Janae Gagnier.
See, what you guys got to understand is, hold on, let me move this over because I know Y'all be wanting to look at the women. Move that over. All right, what you got to understand is about these thoughts and about these even OnlyFans chicks. To you, the guy on the outside looking in, you're going to look at her beauty. You're going to look at her butt. You're going to look at her titties. You're going to look at all of that. And you're going to say to yourself, man, that girl pretty. I know if that was my girlfriend, you would spend a lot of money on making her happy. Right? You'll say that. I'll spend my money to make her happy. That's what most guys are going to think. But guys with money don't look at her that way. They look at her as a for now thought. It may look like a lot of these ball players and rappers are out here just wiping up thotties. You do have some, but a lot of guys, as they mature into their money, they don't go for these type of girls that are prostituting themselves out. So where do these women make their money? They make their money off of tricks. They make that money off of Stan sitting all the way in the back of the strip club with a hard on, but every stripper in the club knows Stan. Stan always there. Stan always coming to give them the money. Stan goes home to a lonely, sad life and comes back to the strip club. That's how it used to be. These women surround themselves with a bunch of weak dudes that have no control over their desires, that just give them anything that they want. They don't surround themselves with real guys. That's the problem that's happening here. All right, hold on one second. All right, my bad. They don't surround themselves with real guys. Their money is coming in like OnlyFans money is coming in. It's like guys are paying these girls just to talk on the phone, just to text, just to get a FaceTime call. And the more money that they spend on these women, the more they start to feel embedded to her. The more they start to feel like, man, I've donated so much money to her. She got to at least say hi to me. She got to at least do something for me. She got to at least say that. That's how they think. That's how a lot of people think, even online that's donating to OnlyFans. They're looking at it like, girl, I've been subscribed to you for a year. Like, you ain't like none of my pictures at all. When it comes to money, tricks start to look at it as an investment. After a certain amount of money, they start feeling like they're obligated to something. They're entitled to something. And that's what happened with this guy. He's given out so many donations. He's donated to her so many times. And then she got to the point where she was like, I could go ahead and cut him off. I'm starting to level up. I'm starting to make more money. I don't need these weirdo tricks hitting me up anymore. And he got frustrated. And the reason why he got frustrated is because he probably looked at it like he's one of the main clients. These are the type of dudes that keep women afloat, or women who are guys who just have no control. Let's get back to it.
Now dead at 33.
We pulled in while everybody was still here and the police were here. And the people were grieving.
Neighbors at the apartment complex in Richmond on West Point Circle shocked Sunday evening to see a crime scene.
This lady did pass away, that she was killed. And really, that's all that we know.
And much about the case is still a mystery. Richmond police are the lead. All they've said so far, they believe it was a murder-suicide. The medical examiner says she was strangled to death. Found with her was 34-year-old Kevin Accordo. The ME says he died by suicide from multiple sharp force trauma.
Certainly we're going to...
There you go. One of the guys. These are the type of guys that they depend on. These are the guys that are tricking. You guys think all the cool guys are hitting them up. All the cool guys are spending the money. All the cool guys are giving her what they want. No, they're not. There's too many beautiful women for cool guys to just keep giving women like this the money. It don't work like that. This is their financial gain. Guys like this This is what makes them rich. This is what keeps them going. This is why the more knowledge you learn as a man, the more you start seeing these thotties out here, right? That are tatted up, looking pretty. That's a pretty woman. Let me take that back. Hold on, where we at? 202? Where? Shit, that's a pretty woman. Pretty girl has to rely. Hold on. Has to rely on guys like that. That's the truth. Because real guys out here ain't really tricking on girls like that. Trust me. That's where a lot of you guys don't understand. Guys like this is their backbone.
Kevin Accordo. The ME says he died by suicide from multiple sharp force trauma.
Certainly we're going to be praying for her family. We know that it's a tragedy for the whole community.
A tragedy where there's still no known motive. Police say her family told detectives there was no relationship between the two, but there was no forced entry. Investigators confirmed his address in Florida, leaving family and friends to wonder if she was stalked on social media. But when we asked, Richmond police told us it's all still under investigation. Grace White, KHOU 11 News.
Today.
You guys have to understand, a lot of these dudes that trick, this isn't a random situation. I can almost guarantee you this isn't just a random dude that says, hey, I'm going to do this. This was a random dude that put in some money and he got mad. That's what this was. Strangled to death. Strangled is personal. That's a personal murder. That's something people do when they just personally have a hate for you. When they want to take you out, it's going to be strangling. So he had to build up love. Guys love more the moment they start to spend money.
Miss Mercedes Morr was found at the Cortland Apartments on Point West Circle yesterday. KPRC 2's Devin Clark is live for us now in Richmond with the latest information on this investigation. Devin?
Lauren, there's a lot of confusion being expressed by neighbors of the Instagram model who tell me that the Cortland Apartments is usually very quiet, but
I know one thing, that's a nice neighborhood. That's a nice neighborhood right there. And it's a gated community. Gated community and a nice neighborhood. It wasn't like she was living in the hood. She wasn't living in the hood. She was living good, so she was getting some change. For him to track her down to get in there, once again, it's personal. This isn't random. This is a trick gone bad.
News of what investigators are calling a murder-suicide has them on edge and on a quest for answers.
Oh my God, that's scary.
News of what Richmond police are calling a murder-suicide is rocking the Cortland apartment complex.
Because it's safe over here. We have the gates, the fence, everything. You know, you got to have a code to get in, code to get out, and, you know, I'm just in shock.
Yesterday afternoon, investigators say they discovered the...
See, this is why Muslim women and women of the Middle East cover up. This is why men would prefer for their woman to cover up. It forces a man to take away his desires of her. If your woman is covered up, it takes away the desirement of a man. When men cannot control their desires, they're liable to do anything. This is why a lot of you guys who cannot control your desires, it hurts when a woman doesn't want you. It hurts bad because there's no dopamine being released through your body. That's what a lot of you guys have to understand. When that dopamine is not being released from something that used to release dopamine, you're going to feel like you're dying through a heartbreak. You're going to feel like you're dying. But women have to cover up. Women don't know. When they start to put their body online, you're opening up for the drama to come to you. Because now anybody can see it. But they act like only a certain amount of people are seeing it. No, it's out there for the world to see it. But guys who can't control their desires and weird can get a hold of it.
Body of Janae Gagnier, better known on social media as Miss Mercedes Morr.
And look, she has almost 3 million followers. Bad chick though, she bad. Don't get it twisted, she bad. Got a little water in her knees, she good.
Along with the body of a man in his 30s, believed to have killed her and then himself.
What I thought was safe, it seems it's not. And we have so many rules and so many guidelines. I would never expect someone to breach our security and someone being murdered on this property.
The death of Morr, who had over 2.5 million followers on Instagram, grabbing the attention of celebrities like music artist Tory Lanez, who posted this picture of her with the caption, "Rest in peace."
There you go. Now you got rappers and entertainers posting her. She's been around. She's one of them girls, and girls are aiming to live this type of lifestyle. What shocks me the most, once again, she come from a home of a mother and a father, but the father is beta.
Queen. Neighbors echoing the sentiment and also hoping for answers. And one of the answers they're looking for is why. There is no motive yet released in this case. We're also waiting on the autopsy results to determine the cause and manner of the deaths. Reporting live in Richmond, Devin Clark, KPRC.
All right. Moral of the story is, women, you have to be careful out there. You have to. The more desperate women get, right, the more they have to deal with the type of guy that they don't want to deal with. The more a woman has to deal with the type of guy she don't want to deal with, but she's kind of like forcing herself to, the more ignorant she's going to be towards him. So if any of you guys were dating a girl, right, that was only with you because you was there, she'll treat you bad the whole relationship, create a big argument, and be out on you real fast. A lot of you guys, you go through that, where you're in a relationship with a woman and then all of a sudden she starts acting crazy out of nowhere. She starts tripping for no reason and everything you doing is bad. That's because she's ready to go. If you're in a relationship with a girl, right, and then she ends up getting a nice car, you can expect her to want to argue within a week or two. I can guarantee you that. And a lot of you guys done been through that. A lot of women are like that. When they gain success, they turn into different people.